This is our Thursday morning mastermind call. Hello to everyone on the call. If we're talking and you want to announce, just feel free to do that. We love hearing everyone who's coming on the call and saying hello and letting us know how great things are going, what you're learning new. You guys are fantastic, just total winners. And I really love being in business with you because, like we know, you're in business with us, but you're in business for yourself. And we're all here together to make it work. And that's what's so exciting about Surge 365. The business can work however much you want it to by the way you work it. And that's what makes this business so great. Everybody is so unique in doing their own thing. And that's what makes it fun. You know, that's what makes this business fun because you put your own spin on it. And I'm going to start off by saying this coming Saturday, the 17th, I am so excited to find out what G has in store for us as far as training. We talked yesterday, and then even a couple of days before that, we've been talking, very excited about what she's going to be sharing, because G, what she does is she works for corporations and she trains them and she makes big money working for corporations. But because she's in our team, she likes us. She's going to do this for us, $0. What she's putting in is her time. And that's really, really priceless. So when someone puts their time in to show you something, I'm excited about it. And so there's no script. We're going to be real time. And what she wants everyone to do is, if you can have, for example, your laptop on Zoom and your phone where you can hear her, or if you can have two windows open on your laptop, whatever you feel comfortable doing. So what I'm planning on doing, I'm planning on having my laptop on so I could do the exercise that she's going to give us real time. And then I'm going to have my iPad on. So I'm listening to her, and if she's showing something or typing something, I could see it on my iPad, and then I don't have to run back and forth opening pages. See, some people are good like that. Some people can be on one page, putting something out, open up another page, and listen and read. So whatever your comfort level is, do it, because I really feel we're going to walk away. And like she said, she texted me, she messaged me, and let me see, I don't know if I can find it right now, but she said by the time we're done, we will have a week's worth of content that we can upload on social media. And she says social media is all about branding yourself. And so we're going to have enough content to put it up on social media, and we're going to be working real time putting it together. So it's not like, it's a workbook and you can put it on. That's what she said. She said, I don't believe in workbooks and people put it off and they procrastinate and never get it done. She said, so it's real time. We'll be doing it right then on Saturday. And also she's going to teach us some things, how to have your information ready to go on at a certain time. So that's one thing I have heard, but I don't know how it's done. So even for myself, I'm going to be learning new, and I love it. So it's going to be where we can put different contents in the queue, as you would say, and at certain times of the day, we can key it up to upload itself on social media. And I love that. So we don't have to be sitting there, because right now, if I'm going to upload something on social media, I do it right then and there. So of course I have to give myself some time to do it because I'm learning as I go. And so it's going to be fun to have it ready, a whole week's worth of different advertisements, different sayings that you want to put out about yourself to go up on the internet at a certain time. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to. We're going to be using this same Zoom. So I would really suggest that you're able to see also, because she's going to be typing real time. We're going to be looking for a poll. I've learned from her that the Zooms have a poll where you can actually talk to people and all this stuff. So Rick and I'm excited because we're going to be learning real time with everybody. There's a lot of questions that I've had with social media. I see a lot of people do different things on social media, and I've learned that some of it they do on TikTok, because TikTok allows you to actually do a video, and then you can send it on to Instagram, and Instagram will loop it if you want it to loop, and then, but if you put it on your story for Facebook, it's only going to be like 27 seconds. So all of this stuff we're going to be learning real time, and I'm looking forward to it because there's a lot of questions that I have, and I want everybody to feel free to ask questions, because that's how you learn. And that's another thing she said that I thought was really good is no one wants to start from the basics, and the things that we don't do are so simple that will help us generate leads, generate people who are following us, people who are asking the question, how are you doing what you're doing? Because they want to do it too, because we're in here to build our travel business. Some of us want to just build the travel, and somebody want to build our team, and some of us want to do both. So we'll be able to find out exactly what kind of content that you can use to do this. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So again, it's going to be on the same Zoom number, Saturday the 17th. That's this upcoming Saturday, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I moved it to 12 o'clock because I was thinking about my family out there, you know, in the Pacific Northwest. I don't want them getting up too early. Be like, what was Brenda thinking? So I think it's going to be 9 o'clock on Saturday morning for you guys. So then that way you could come up and grab some coffee if that's what you drink, and learn some things. I'm excited about it. So I wanted to make sure I got that in there, because you know how this call goes. We start talking, we start sharing. And I really wanted to make sure that I got that in there, and because it's gonna be a lot of fun. And then also what Rick's starting, I'm quite sure he put the information out there for our group page. Each Monday call for Vaughn, between him and all the people that are on the call, Sunday. And all the people that are Sunday, right? Sunday. What is it, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So whatever time it falls in your time zone, they're going to be doing something. So I think this Sunday they're going to get together and do travel, how to book travel. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun, because see, it's all about learning, you know, and we don't take the time to kind of do the basic steps. Because think about it. You already know how to get to where you live, and you can drive home without even thinking about it. And then sometimes you'll take those turns and drive and get home and be like, wow, how did I get here? Well, people who don't know where you live, they need to know the basics. They need to know, do I turn left? Do I turn right? And so because we do it so often, we forget what we need to tell them. Because even last week when Darlene was saying she asked for $50, I laughed, because I remember back in the day when I first started doing it, and so that's what I was told. Ask for money, because then that way they won't be wasting your time. Because I was spending so much time putting together travel for folks, and then nobody goes anywhere. And you learn, you know, you learn through trial and error. And so what we want to make sure everybody is learning without having to go through the error. You know, you want to do the trial, but you don't want to do the error part. And you don't have to do so many errors if you already know, if you know exactly what to do, if you know the questions to ask to someone who's getting ready to book something. You know, what's your budget? That's a big question. And your time frame on when you want to go. But once you start off with a spreadsheet, knowing that, then it makes it a little easier to go out and start talking to people. And of course, now you sound like you know what you're doing. Because if they just say, I want to go to Cancun, and you're like, okay, great, let me go look up some stuff for you. And then then you get there and you're looking it up and like, oh, I don't know what kind of hotel they want to stay in. I don't know what their budget is. I don't know when they want to go. I don't want, all these things you don't know. And if you have your nice little spreadsheet, so I think that's something that Rick is going to have to put on the site so people, Sunday night, so people can download and know these questions to ask people. Because once you know what to ask, it makes it a whole lot easier putting things together. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the year. I'm excited about all the great things that's going on. Kudos to everyone for Valentine's yesterday. Hopefully you had a great time and enjoyed yourself and did what you want to do, because that's what makes it fun, when you can do what you want to do, not when you're forced or have to do something. That just takes all the fun out of it, no matter what it is. You even think about people who travel a lot for business, for work. When you say to them, oh, you went to London? Yeah, I went to London. Did you have a great time? No, because all they did was go into an office building or go into wherever they were doing. They were working. They had to get up at a certain time. They had to go. So it was just like being home doing a job. It wasn't fun. And even if they did have a few hours to run over and see the Eiffel Tower, you're still working. It's not fun. You can't really just relax and go with the flow and have a good time. And the same things for people who were in the Navy, and they were on ships all the time. When we meet people who were in the Navy and they had been on the ship all the time, that's the last thing they want to do is cruise. And they'll tell you, I do not have to get on another ship every time. Now, not everyone feels that way, but they're looking at it as work. They're looking at it, oh man, last time I went into a ship, I was down in the hole and I had to do this and I had to do that. And then I was down there for how many days and I wasn't with my family and blah, blah, blah. So they associate that with unhappiness, no joy at all. So that's another thing when you're talking to people, you need to find out what is fun for them. Because you can spend all day trying to talk somebody into going on a cruise. And if that's not their cup of tea for whatever reason, they're not going on that cruise. You're just really wasting your time. So you need to find out what people like, what they want to do, what's fun for them. And I remember back in the day, there was one question that we would ask people, what's your best vacation? Tell me what your best vacation was. And sometimes people got to go way back to when they were little. Oh, I went to my grandma's house and we just spent all day fishing, or we went to the beach, or, we went hiking in the mountains. And so sometimes people have to go way back to find a good time that they had on vacation. But that's a really good question, because then you get them dreaming. You get them thinking about what was fun for them. And now they're in a totally different space as they talk about where they want to go and what they would like to do. Because you would assume, why wouldn't anybody want to not go to Cancun? It's so fun. But a lot of people don't like the idea that they don't understand, whatever the case may be. People have all types of different thoughts, likes and dislikes. So how would you not want to do that? Well, because of this, this, and that. So instead of trying to focus on the negative of traveling with somebody, why you don't like doing this, what do you like? What's fun? When you find, because if you're talking to me, and even when we were back in Colorado, and she lives in Colorado. Okay. So, wow, you must really like to hike and camping. Colorado has some beautiful mountains, and I bet the camping is really nice with all the nice streams up in the mountain. Well, you lost me. Because that's not my cup of tea. Granted, yes, I never went camping the whole time we were in Colorado Springs, and we were there for over 40 years, and I never went camping. And I had my kids go, but they went with their friends' family. So I didn't want to deprive them of the experience, but I wasn't going. But they did go several times with their friends' family. So you lost me. I'm like, oh, well, yeah, a lot of people camp. A lot of people do that. That's a lot of fun, blah, blah, blah. But now when you start talking about an all-inclusive in the pool and the beach and the warm weather, well, now you have me. So find out and let people talk about what they like. I think that's a great conversation starter, no matter where you are. When you start talking to people about what they like and what they like to do, it makes for a lot of fun. So I just wanted to get the conversation started with that, because then that way it allows us to know what we want to do with our business. Because I know all of us have different goals that we want with our business. We started off the year, we're already in February. February is going, February is just gliding down the hill all nice and cool, but it's moving. And so we want to make sure we stay on track with working our business. So next year, 2025, we can say all the things that we accomplished in 2024 by doing this and generating leads and generating people who want to have us book for them, or just go on our website and book themselves. That's one of my affirmations. I want about 4 or 5 companies where their average budget for travel is over $1 million, and they go to BLR Travel and book. And then I just sit back and collect a commission on whatever they do, you know. So whatever your goals are, whatever you want to do, that's what I call easy income. You know, that's residual income that's going to come easy, where all I did was put my information out there and the companies found it, and that's where they book. So, and then it could be with people too. You know, you could have millions of people booking on your website. And see what's so exciting about the business that we're in? This can happen at any time. There is no time frame as to when this can happen for us. Someone can see your website go viral, and before you know it, you have checks coming in from Travmanity. You have checks coming in from Travmanity because people booked, and this is what your income is from that booking. And I think that's really exciting when that's going to happen for all of us, because there's billions of people out there. There's a lot of people out there that can book on our site. And with the whole thing of changing the currency, once they become a member owner and they actually have their own search site, I think they can change the currency on the Vortex site also. So it allows people to, go ahead, somebody's going to say something?
That's a true statement. You can change the currency and the language. So it's anybody that's got access anywhere in the world, the internet, can use the Vortex. Now, you know, that's what's exciting for me, because I'm being contacted through BNI from people in other parts of the world want to team up with me to do certain stuff. I also try to share with other BNI members that live in other parts of the world that they have access to the internet, they can use the service. So I'm glad you brought that up, Brenda, because I think sometimes we forget that playground is the world, not just the continental United States, you know. But yeah, good call on that.
Yeah, it's true. And what's so exciting is, you know, what us having, I know that's what G's excited about, and they brought on, oh my goodness, his name, Debbie.
Brenda, she's on the
Debbie?
call.
Oh, G. Hey, G.
Hello, G.
G, did you hear? I was just telling everybody about Thursday, and Saturday, and they are so excited. I don't know if you could talk, because I know you have so much stuff going on, but everybody is really excited about Saturday, and I told them to make sure they have their laptop and everything ready to go, so we're going to do this real time. And I was getting ready to say that, you know, the company bought in, is his name Debbie, or I think it's Debbie, but the company brought him on. I don't know how many people saw that, but him and Diana, they're exploding with the Spanish market. I mean, they're all the way over in Puerto Rico doing presentations. And so they are really taking this to a whole nother level. So I'm excited about how they're doing that. And they even have directors moving. And then we have the Spanish presentation that they put together. And so that side is really, really going to explode. So I think that's exciting. Every time I walk by somebody who's speaking, I'm like, dang, I need to learn Spanish so I can say hi but I have enough people in my team that can run with it, and that's what's so exciting too. Anybody else want to ask a question or share anything?
You know, a lot of folks don't know, but we actually on GoTeamGet.com have en Espanol, and Mariano, you see his wonderful face when you actually click on that tab. And I've updated the presentation that Diana put out also. That's on our en Espanol tab. Mariano, I don't know if you've been there lately, but I actually did just update that.
Oh, Rick, I got to go back and look because it's been a minute.
Yeah, I just actually, you got your smiling face on there, and actually just updated some more information, the new presentation, and a copy of the new presentation. So take a look and let me know if I need to put anything else on there or any recommended changes.
Will do. It was great to see that Miss Coakley reconnected with this guy to make all that happen. So that's pretty powerful stuff.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah, 'cause I think he was in the business before, and he went over to another team, but he came back. He really likes Coach, from what I hear. I don't remember meeting him. Rick said we did because we've been in here a long time, but I don't really remember. There was so many people at some point in this business that we were meeting people left and right. But it'll be interesting to see how they're exploding. I know I saw on the internet that they did they did a meeting in Miami, I think, and 30 people signed up just that night. And so, and then with them moving over into Puerto Rico, they went to Puerto Rico to do a presentation. So they are really moving in that direction, and with all the things that they say on how they want to build the whole Surge business to I don't remember what the number was. I don't know if Chantel remembered, or I think it was like they wanted 12,000 people this year. I'm not sure.
25.
But 25,000?
Mm-hmm. Or
yeah,
more.
So that's that.
Not limited.
Or more, definitely. We all say at or more. And I'll just take 1,000, 2,000 people out of that number. I don't have a problem with that. That'll work for me, because we know we need.
Brenda,
yes.
We'll do the 25.
Yes. We'll do the 25. We'll help the company out. We'll do the 25, and then whatever else they put out, it'll be gravy, and they'll be happy.
We'll do the 25, and then we can pick up the slack.
Yeah, that's true. And whatever else they bring, it'll be gravy. But what's so fun about that? It's possible. It's possible for your lifestyle to change overnight.
Hey, Brenda.
And that's what yes, go right ahead.
By the way, G is, she's listening in, but she can't talk, but she is listening. Her ear is here. We saw that with the previous, the legacy company, when we exploded.
Mm-hmm.
And we went from small numbers to huge numbers, and we actually witnessed it and saw it, and It was a timing, and things just went crazy, and so that's something that we actually witnessed, and I forget which convention it was, but way in the beginning, and where we was tracking the numbers, and the company just exploded from like 10,000, it just went crazy, and so that's what's here again today, and that's where we are, and especially with how everything has come together with all the different products, the travel products that we have, the excitement, with what you were saying with Delvey and Puerto Rico and the Spanish market. I mean, this thing is getting ready to go crazy, and it's just us being in position, and we always talk about it. It always comes down to this every week. And as you talk about, in the right mindset to receive, not to chase, but to receive. What is that mindset to receive? And being in that mindset to receive and not put limits on it. And so that's when it goes crazy. Back to you.
That is so true. We know that's true. We know that you have the right mind. You have to have the right mindset to do anything. And once you have that, and once you can see and believe that it's possible for you to have it too, why not you? I mean, when you start listening to people dream, you realize, hey, am I dreaming big enough? I should be dreaming bigger than that. So you
Yeah,
figure we
why?
could have
That's
it.
a
You could
question,
have,
babe. Why is it easier to believe for somebody else than yourself?
right.
Like,
And that
I
is very
can
true.
see them doing it.
Yeah. I know they're going to make it happen. That is true. I know they're going to make it happen. But then it comes, because, we have all that negative thoughts that's in our mind, that goes way back from generation to generation, where you have to be able to dismiss it, and you can have it. And just because, this person, mom, dad, grandma, whatever, you don't have to pull that with you. You can dismiss that and go for what you know, because there's no reason for you not to be able to have the things you want. And a lot of times we don't even ask for big things. Sometimes I'll be listening to, okay, so G could hear me. Here's G. We're talking the other day, and I want a nice house. I'm down here in Charleston. I want a nice house. I want to be able to see the water from my house. Here's G. G's house, she was talking to me about, had 3 levels, and the master suite was on the 3rd level. Okay, the master suite is on a level all by itself. And I was like, wow, that sounds nice. I never even thought about having something so big where my master suite would be the whole length of the top of the house on the 3rd level. I thought, wow, that's a serious master suite upstairs. And so when I heard that, I thought, that's what made me think, people, we don't dream big enough. I said, wow, that's a nice house. And of course, we started going through that house with all the suites over here and the suites over here and the butler pantry. I thought, now that's what they call a mansion. That's just not a regular house. That's a mansion. And so we had fun kind of dreaming a little bit like that. But we have to be able to dream big, because when you dream big, you can have it all. You really can. That song is so true. And you need to make that song a ringtone or something,
So here's the
because
question.
that's a good.
How do you take off the lid? Because everybody's got a lid. So when you see people moving from company to company, they don't realize that until you take the lid off, you'll hit the same level, and you'll stop, you'll stagnate. And so how do you take off the lid? Everybody's got a lid. We all remember with the flea, the jar, fleas in a jar, and they can
Right.
higher than most insects, and based on their size. But when you put a lid on the jar and they hit the lid, after a certain amount of time, they're smart enough to realize that I'm only going to jump so high that they don't hit the lid. And so how do you take the lid? That's how people are. They only go so high because of the lid. And it's imaginary. It's like the baby elephant, with the string attached around his leg, and he can't break this little tiny rope. And even when he's over 2,000 pounds, he still can't break this little tiny rope because he's not going to hit it. And in his mind, he can't do it. How do you take off the lid? Anybody?
Well, I'll let somebody else answer. I want to hear from somebody else.
You have to believe it's possible. Hey, leaders, it's a walk of faith. It really is. And we know this is not a spiritual call, but we are people of faith. I'm just going to put that out there. You have to believe it is possible for me. And whatever I'm telling you, we get on these calls every week, and you hear these wonderful people talking about, I'm doing my affirmations. I'm inputting early, waking up 4 or 5 in the morning to get up and prepare this mind. Whatever we're inputting into our mind, it's going to show up. So if the focus is, well, I don't have enough today, or the focus is, well, I you know what? The money can come, but I don't want but a little bit. You're not going to receive it. I'm like limitless. Everything that is for, I want it all to come to us. Why? Because we believe it's possible. We're focusing toward it being possible. We're sitting in it being possible. Get out here and experience life and get out of these tiny spaces. Go look at those pictures. Go sit in those cars and just dream. And then get that video on your TV. You probably see me doing this a lot. Just driven, because you know what? When I'm looking at those videos and I'm sitting on that island right there and just chilling and relaxing, it's coming. And then the next thing you see us, we're sitting right there. And you're like, how is this possible? It was possible when this lady who was driven and compelled because she believed so greatly in something she saw in us. I don't know what that was, but she saw it, Adrian Tillman, Willie Tillman, but I'm going to Adrian. Because she was quiet about it, but she was compelled this one morning to pick up that phone, and something was different in her tone of voice. It was like, I need you to get over here to this meeting today. I'm inviting y'all to come to this meeting. And I looked at Glenn. He was getting ready to go to the office. He was huge in real estate, and he was getting ready to go. And he said, you know what? I got to go over here. You go to that meeting. Her faith was so great that day that she got us up in there before Arlen Thompson and so many other people that were in the room. We had to be present in that room. But we believed that we were, before we got in the room, years ago, when we were already traveling, enjoying our families, we needed to get our time back. We had to get in that room for a few minutes to say, you know what? I agree with what these people are talking about. That's telling me we're building legacy for the generation. We're all about that. You got to believe that that's for you. That's where I'm going to leave it. Back to you, Rick and Brenda.
Amen. Go ahead, Glenn. You're on mute.
Wrong one. Hello. As a man thinking. And then, that little elephant, unlike some people, accepted the conditioning and limitation. What, as a man thinketh, I mean, you could go on and on about what you're programmed into and what you're going to accept, what you're going to believe is limiting. And even to the point where it depends on what kind of education you're studying, you show yourself approved. What are you studying? Who are you following? Who are you listening to? Do you have a vision? What is your vision? What is your purpose? That's the reason Rick and Brenda put us on all of these tools to help you discover your abilities. And you've got to want more too. You've got to realize that there's more. If you accept the limitation and the conditioning, then guess what? You stop trying, and that's what happens with the elephant, but it happens to people too. And they just buy in to the, I'm not going to even call them lies. It's up to you to figure out what you're being shown and what's possible. What is possible? Chantel used that word limitless. You got to believe that. You got to believe it. If you don't, you get stuck in the rat race. And we're unplugged from the matrix. Back to you, Rick.
Hey, Glenn, you got a little bit of preaching in you, man.
For generations.
Hey, I was hearing that little rumble there. You have to let go.
Come on.
Oh, that is the absolute truth, man. You got a little bit of preaching in you, man. You know this. I was hearing a little rumble, and then I heard a little pullback and a little rumble again. Let it out. That's funny, man, but that's true. People, if you don't have a vision, you'll default to your limitations. If you don't have a vision, it automatically defaults to your limitations. You think about the people that begin, that's a good little statement there. You think about the people that begin 2024, coming out of 2023 with all this excitement. I'm gonna. You know, you got Christmas, and then of course the countdown to the new year. I'm gonna. And then the new year happens, everybody's excited, you know, champagne and everything else going and all of this and that. And then the first hits. The first day of the first of the new year. At what point do they realize they haven't changed? The old man can't go into a new situation. Things start happening and that remind them that, where do you think you're going? What do you think you? That other voice that hasn't been, you know, that's still got a voice. You know, it hasn't been flooded out with the new stuff, the new belief. Like you said, Chantel, believing is possible and understanding is possible. You've got your affirmations of what you're going to do. You're saying every day, all things are possible. All things are possible. All things are possible. Did I say some? No, I said all, you're telling yourself, unless that happens to over create a voice louder than the previous voice, that little voice is going to be saying, but you know you're still the same. You know you haven't changed. People that will leave a company, even Surge 365, and go into another company with all this excitement. Oh, we're going to do that, not realizing it's them that have the lid, that have the limitations, that it's not location specific, it's not company specific, it's them. They take the old man with them to the new place, and the old man says, but I'm still here. Until we change the old man and attack it with a seriousness of vengeance, until we do that, the lid remains no matter what. And it's us. And like you were saying, Chantel, waking up in the morning on purpose, with purpose. Having a routine, a habit of things that you're rehearsing in your mind of who you are. I am thus. I am thus. Having a vision board that you can see what you want, but working on the man, the inner person, changing the inner person and then the external change. Was it Wayne Dyer says that when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Back to you, Brenda.
Wow.
Wow, that's true. Go ahead, Chantel.
I was listening to Michael Jordan the other day. Just this little clip. And when you have to get to a higher place, you got to go somewhere, people. You cannot sit in that same mindset and think you're going to change this situation right here. So I got in there and I put on motivational speakers and Michael Jordan popped up. You know what he said? He said, I realized that I was carrying something great. He said, I didn't even know it was that great. But what I did know is I had to show up in that room and I had to practice over. He said, this is before anybody even knew my name. He said, I had to practice over and over, and I failed over and over, and I kept getting back up. He said, and when you looked around, he said, I made a decision. He said, and the decision I made, it didn't just affect me and my family. It has impacted the world. We got to realize that whatever is in us, it's not just about us. We're impacting people way over here in another country, people over here in Puerto Rico, people over here in Africa, over there in Italy, all over the world, because we made a decision to show up and to keep showing up It has nothing to do with feelings. I'm in a whole lot of feelings right now. We're not going down that road. He can use your pain, people. Do not allow yourself to sit here and say, well, I'm in pain right now. Well, I'm in pain too. And get yourself up and you get yourself in there and you listen to the thing that's going to move you towards the vision that you believe in. What is the thing that compels you? What you got to tap into that. We were sitting in a concert last night. And we were not going to this concert. Didn't have no idea, wasn't even thinking about a concert. And up comes the brother and gives us tickets to see Johnny Gill last night. What? Right up here in Tacoma, Washington?
Nice.
What? Yes, sir. We sitting up in a concert. And I know this is not a spiritual call, but the Holy Ghost broke out in a concert. And you know what he said? Already done.
Amen.
Already done. If you can believe it and receive it, it's already done. But if you can't, you can be sitting right here in the same chair next year about this time, but it's not happening that way up in here. Back to you, Rick and Brenda. It's consistency. It is all about the consistency and paying the price. It is going to be a price paid.
Soon as you ask, it's given. As soon as you ask, it's given. Now it's us receiving. But as soon as you ask, it's given. And now it's just receiving. It's on the way. You know, I was thinking about, as you was talking there, Chantel, I was thinking about, even like, as I had mentioned, when the new year starts, at what point does a person settle in and say, this is a repeat or continuation of the previous year? From the excitement, at the beginning of the year, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. At what point do people settle and say, okay, well, let me just continue on from last year, from the first of the month, from the first of the year, January. And, right now it's what, February 14th, 15th. There's a lot of people who have already settled in. They stopped going to the gym, canceled their gym membership. Now, that happens next month for most people. But at what point do they settle in? Think about ourselves, and ask yourself, have I settled in for a repeat of last year? Or have I gotten mad? Sometimes it takes getting mad with yourself and with the situation, that is the emotion that causes change. Have I gotten to that point where, no, I am going to change. I'm going to believe that I already asked and it's right there for me. It's on the way, and we've got to come to that place. Even in the business, what vision are we marching to? Or are we marching to a vision? As I mentioned earlier, if you're not marching to a vision, it defaults to your limitations. If you're not actively marching to a vision, you will default to your limitations. And it never goes beyond that. That becomes the lid. Of course, that's not us here. That's why we're talking now. Because on a weekly basis, even just showing up, that's the beautiful thing. Even just everybody us all showing up together, something happens. Ed, what is that thing that happens when we all show up together like we're showing up now? You're the spiritual compass.
Iron sharpens iron. You get encouraged. You get tips, hints. You get correction. You grow. when we come together, you can't help but grow. And the thing is, I look at time a little different now. Where every day is different, every moment is different. You're never the same. So let go of the guilt of repeating old things and allow yourself to change, because it's simply a habit. And all you have to do is re-educate yourself and begin a new habit. And with that habit, you grow and you change and you continue to develop, and that's life. I mean, trees do that. You know, they're pre-programmed to do that. You plant a seed, you grow, and plant another seed, and that seed grows, and you just keep on
That's the
going
truth.
and cultivate yourself. And that's something that I think society as a whole kind of neglects, is that self-cultivation. I don't know if it kicks in when you get older or what, but it's like, you know what? I spend a lot of time on other people's issues. I need to deal with myself. So you deal with yourself and you grow. And that's one of the benefits of being in this business, is it forces you to grow, because there's no way you can expect your business to grow if you're the same person yesterday, and that's impossible to be, because we change every moment. Time is fluid. There's nothing the same, even though it may appear to be. It's never the same. So you can't be the same. So allow yourself the freedom to grow. Allow yourself the permission to grow, and just continue to educate. If you fall down, you get up and, dust yourself off, and you check off the list and like, okay, that didn't work. Let me try this. And you just keep swinging. That's just been my attitude since I got in this business, since I captured my dream, in a sense where I have a vision and I'm not letting go of it until I see it, and that's just simply what it takes to see your dreams come true, is that tenacity. And we all have that. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here in the morning or afternoon or wherever you're at on this call, listening to each other talk. Everybody on this call has a vision and a purpose driving that vision. And
that's good. I like that, man. So let go of the guilt of repeating and allow yourself to change. There is no guilt in repeating. Let go. If you have guilt of repeating, I'm doing this again, again, and allow yourself to change. That's some good stuff, Ed. Back to you, Brenda.
I know, that was really good. I love that. You figure, and that's why I always say all the time, we have to constantly be learning something new. Because, see, we don't know what we don't know. I'm a firm believer of that, because it's true. Because if you knew it, you would be doing it. If you knew how to make your search business go viral, why would you not be doing it? You would be doing it. So that's why you need to just continue to learn, because when you learn something and then you do it, you implement it, and then you see what your results are. Now, granted, you do something for a certain amount of time and you try something new. Because if you're going to continue, that's like somebody trying to go left and they keep turning right. There's no way you're going to ever hit the left because you keep turning right. So you're just in that circle. And so you're never going to get over to the left side where you want to go until you make that turn, until you make that decision. Okay, I'm going to try something new because this is not getting me to where I want to be. And I think when we open our eyes to that, that's why Mariano was sharing a couple weeks ago, The Atomic Habit. That's a good book. Yeah. And I started following him after I read that book, because it'll help you start slowly creating better habits. Because every time we get ready to do a habit, we try to go overboard. Like, if we're going to work out, like Rick was saying, people this year, man, they went out and bought new gym shoes and opened up memberships to the new gym, and whatever day they chose to go, they wake up and they take a whole however long it takes to put their shoes on, get to the gym. Then they spend an hour or two at the gym realizing how out of shape they are. Do you think they'll go back the next
Stop
time?
describing me. Hey, Brenda, I had a fight this morning. You saw me. I had a fight this morning. I had a fight.
I did not call anybody's name.
Glenn, I had a fight this morning. I had a fight, Mariano. I had a fight this morning. And so I had said, okay,
Who won?
I'm going to work out.
On the fight.
I'm going to work out.
Who won?
I'm going to work out. And beginning the first of actually, I didn't say this was a goal for this year, for 2024, working out every morning, or having a schedule to work out. I didn't set it as a goal. I have today because I had a fight, and so I hadn't worked out, since like the 1st of January, and I'm knowing this, and so I had a fight this morning, and the fight was an internal fight. Because I said, okay, something clicked, and I was like, I need to work out. And then a little voice said, no, you don't. Hey, after Valentine's Day dinner yesterday, right? I'm like, you know what? I need to work out. And so I'm like, okay, I need to start working out again. No, you don't. There's a voice. And I did override this voice, and I actually worked out this morning. But the voice was like, no, you don't. And I'm like, I just shut it off and put my sneakers on, put my workout stuff on, and I worked out. But it reminded me of the things that we go and grow through, because there's an opposite that will say don't. And we have to be driven by something bigger than ourselves.
Yes, sir.
What got me to work out? I didn't want to be heavy set. I didn't.
Is that all it is, Rick?
I didn't want to be. Hey, I want my pant size to fit.
Wait a minute. He gained 10 pounds since we've been.
I'm like, you know what? This belt is getting bigger. And Glenn, that reminded me of what Glenn told me. Glenn said, man, you guys be eating really good.
I remember.
Now you're down in Charleston.
That's all that buttered crab meat you're dipping the crab in the butter, Rod.
Yeah, really. Dungeness crab, kind of crab, this kind of steak. I'm like, you know what? I need to start working out more. So, but I've had a fight today, and I'm here to report I worked out. Praise the Lord. Back to you.
Amen. Bubba Gump is down there.
That's what he said. That's what he said, Bubba Gump.
Because you know what, Rick? The reality of it is the restaurants are going to keep showing up. Ask me how I know. And that's why I just came in the house from walking. But Lord, I put a word in there called propel. To drive or cause to move forward or onward. To impel or urge onward. And you went on out there and did it. But you know what? If you want to eat the good food continually, we got a bike over here. We got this what's the other one? What's this little the one that I hate to love, Lord help. That stair climber thing. That elliptical. Oh, help, it's coming.
The recliner chair?
No.
You gotta work out.
That's not helping me right now, okay? Because when I'm looking at a pair of pants that I'm ready to get into over here, and I said, you know what, girlfriend? You are going to go through this pain that's in that body that is healed right now, and you're gonna keep walking. And shut up and stop telling yourself that and keep walking. And no, I'm not gonna be in that recliner chair right now.
Amen.
Chantel, I got some really exciting news to share. Linda did a little fashion show for me yesterday, For the last 60 days, she's been working. Well, she's been working out, taking care of me, and it's been a real battle. But she was able to try on 3 or 4 blouses and pants that she's not been able to wear because
Nice.
under her prescribed program she's on now, she's lost 30 pounds. 30
Nice.
pounds. She's
Come
lost
on, Linda.
different sizes.
Right.
She's down wearing, and these are blouses she couldn't wear for 3 years. And
Wow,
so
that's
when we get
awesome.
to Cancun next month, she'll be down even more. And she had planned on losing this weight and toning up, and she's doing that. I'm so proud of her.
That's
And
awesome.
I just got scheduled in starting Monday, Wednesday next week. I have a prescribed workout for my knee, my leg with the therapy. And I just came home from that, and they said I was doing really good. The progress on my, working out, getting my knee back in shape is going really, really well. But I'm back in the saddle. But it's everything good. But it's a discipline, like you're saying. It's a
It's a
discipline.
discipline.
I'm excited because of the results, because of the progress we've made. The surgeon's assistant gave me a green light to go to Cancun. I tell you this, we're going to Cancun. I don't care what you said.
You said it, Ron. It's a discipline. That same discipline happens. That discipline is the same discipline across your entire life and all the things that we're doing.
You
That
know,
same
you really
discipline.
really do have to find a way to find a positive in everything that happens to you. Find a
That's
way
good.
for it to motivate you.
Yeah.
That's one way to keep going. Find a
Good.
positive. Yes. Back to you, Rick.
That's good, Glenn.
And Rick and Brenda, because we have a new partner on here, hometown Virginia in the house, bad to the bone, and she is building the travel side of the business on purpose. Very excited about already being in contact with groups, and I just wanted, some of these people don't know who you are, you to say hello to Miss Payton. And she's sitting here listening, and this is her first absolute Zoom call with the leaders. And
Welcome.
I wanted to invite her to
Awesome.
hear these nuggets.
Welcome,
Yes.
welcome.
Welcome.
Love it. Wow.
Oh,
That
boy.
is awesome. We are so happy to have you join our team. You are getting ready to explode. So just let me ask you a quick question because I want to hear your voice. What type of travel do you like the most?
Cruises.
Yeah.
All right
right.
now, there you go.
And I'm about to jump off and go to Adolfo's meeting at 2:00. So I don't want to be rude, but there's a learning opportunity for me at 2.
Yes.
Yes.
Linda is leaving too. Linda just left to go get on another webinar too.
Man, that's awesome.
Awesome. I love it.
Nice
I
meeting
love
you,
it.
Peyton.
And what?
Miss
And
Peyton.
make sure you get the information from Chantel. Make sure she gets the information about Saturday, because
Okay,
that would be great for
I
her
heard
to
it.
jump on. Oh,
Okay.
good. Okay, great. All right, well, you go ahead and keep learning now. Keep learning. I love it.
Blessings.
Thank you.
All righty. Awesome. Man, I just love this, how our team is growing, how we are just soaring, and everything is going to happen for the good. And man, if we just keep that in our focus, keep that in our thoughts, keep that in our words, on our feelings. Think about now, remember we used to say this before. We used to say, how is it going to feel when you walk on the stage and get your director jacket?
Yeah.
But how is it going to feel, whatever your goal is? Because we all don't have the same goal. We all have different goals. That's what makes it great. So whatever your goal is, think about how great that feeling is going to be when you achieve it. And when you look back and you're like, wow, I did it. That's an awesome feeling. It's an awesome, awesome feeling. And it allows you to now think bigger and oh man, I'm going to go get this. I'm going to go get that. I'm going to do this. And like Rick says, everybody starts off the new year. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. By January, even my daughter, Mom, I don't go to the gym in January because by the time everybody thinks they're going to work out, blah, blah, blah. And so she either changes the time that she goes or she, but she still goes. But usually around February, right about now, everybody is kind of, sometime it's going to be the same kind of year. No, it does not happen to be the same kind of year. If you do, pick up that book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's a good book. And he starts showing you how to change your habit slowly by slowly. He does not make you jump into it. It's a slow process because you want to make sure it's fun so you'll go back and do it again. And so it's a great way to show you how to change your habit. So definitely, if you have some time or if you want to even just listen to it, you can go listen to it. But it's a really good book. Now, anybody else?
I think one of the things I like about the book, Brenda, is that he breaks it down so that it's simple to understand and to implement. He's got a lot of great examples, real world examples of how things are really a lot more simple than what we make them to be. That's, I think, goes back to what Rick was talking about. It's all an internal battle. All of the things that are affecting us, whether we're successful or not, because of things that are going on inside of us. We have the answers, just need to be quiet and listen and focus on what, needs to be done. And I think, again, this book allows you to realize that all these bad habits that we've got can be eliminated and new habits can replace them. So, yeah, it's a great book.
Awesome. Yeah,
change happens slowly. I think that's why, Brenda, people, that start off going to the gym, at the beginning of the new year, but quit because they don't see the immediate change and not realizing that change happens slowly, and like Chantel was saying, when you're consistent, then all of a sudden you look up and you go, wow, but it's not going to be overnight. The business is not overnight, but going in that positive direction, like Glenn was saying, finding the positives. And I'm happy because of the fight that I had this morning and won, that I'm going to be consistent and continue. Ryan, you wasn't on, but I had a fight in my workout routine this morning. To work out or not to work out.
But you won, correct?
But I won. And I'm so excited, for that little victory. But sometimes it's really just the little victories. Back to you, Brenda.
Can I say something real quick?
Wow.
2 weeks ago, Rick.
Okay, I just wanted
to.
Ron, hold on.
I couldn't get out of bed. I could not move my leg without. I'll tell you what, I was screaming holy terror because of the pain level I had. Today, I'm getting in and out of the car. I'm walking back and forth. I'm going over them. I did stretches. Wow. I got an evaluation. I can start driving again. I couldn't do that a week ago.
Wow.
A week ago Thursday, I barely got on this call. So it's a matter of, like you said, small steps. I want to go fast. I'm ready to I'm telling you, I'm ready to go 80 miles an hour right now. My body's not there yet, and I do run out of gas. So I got to pace myself, put and prioritize what I can do that's important. Keywords. What can I do that's important? There's a lot of things that are should be at the list, but they're not necessarily important.
That's right.
Like your workout, getting back into shape because you know what that'll mean for you for health and the ability to keep up with the kids and the rest of the group. We just got to work a little harder so we can keep up.
That's good. Amen. Deborah?
Hi. I just wanted, first of all, thank Adrian because I have changed this year. And like you guys been saying, it's little increments by increments. Adrian got me involved with a local group, people wanting to be in business, learning about the basics of the business and stuff. Anyway, I was signing in. When I was signing in, I didn't know I was signing up for a mentorship too, for 4-month mentorship, one-on-one. And in that mentorship, I was nervous to begin with. Missed the first meeting, overslept. Anyway, called and apologized. We rescheduled. But in the first meeting, I was just talking. She let me freely talk. When I first joined YTB, I joined because of my dear friend, Chantel. She said, no, that won't do. Why did you really join? What she brought out of me was a memory of my first travel with my dad as he traveled back and forth from the Midwest, and I could describe it, I could feel it, I could see it. And she stopped me in the middle of the description. She said, well, that's your first experience with travel. That's your why. Don't you want other people to experience that? And so I had never connected with that. But so I thank Adrian for that. Anyway, and from there, I'm going to piggyback on what Edward was saying about that rope that binds you. Well, I call it a rope, the rope of guilt that binds you. And this year, I don't know why, but it's like it kept gnawing at me. So I started gnawing back at it with the word. With the truth of who I really am in Christ's sight, even if I don't see it fully all the way. And now I've just noticed, especially yesterday, I noticed it is so much shorter. I don't allow it to stay. I immediately speak to it. And then I get back to what I'm doing. And so the other day, the Lord kept talking about consistency at the same thing. Don't matter if you feel it, don't matter if you see it, just be consistent in the one thing. So this is what I made me a poster, and it says this on a cup of coffee. It says this: true belief in Jesus, and I know it's not a spiritual call, as you guys said, but true belief in Jesus is belief in me, Deborah. I will be consistent. So it's right in front of me in the computer. So if I start getting the distraction, I look up and I'm saying, okay, nope, we're back where we keep on with what you're doing. Then the other thing he started telling me, it says to walk by faith, but what does that mean to you? What is that? What is that? And this is the acronym he gave me. Faith is forward action, trusting in him. So it's forward action in trusting him. The F is forward. Take the action. What do you take the action in? In him. See, so in trusting him. So that's what it was. Forward action, trusting in him, which is Christ. So I just want to say, I thank all of you. I also, guess what I did? I also started my Disney course.
Nice.
So
awesome.
That. And so, so it's working. It's slow, but it's working.
It's working. That's all that matters. It's working. Awesome. Wow, that's awesome.
I wrote that down. Forward action and trusting him.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's it.
It's working.
Even if it's a little action, it doesn't matter. Because the little action, this is what happens. I started doing the little, and then I move. Before I know it, I say, okay, it's 5 minutes. And before I know it, it's maybe 30 minutes. I'm into it, So, so it's just taking the first step is sometimes the hardest part for me. But once I take it, then it's okay.
It's good.
That's right. What's that old song we used to put one step in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door. I forget.
That's it. That's it.
You make that up.
There was a little.
No, that's a real song. It's on the Frosty.
That's a real
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh.
He's walking with that snowman.
Yeah, that's a good song because that's what
Actually,
Take one
actually, I
step
think it was.
in front
Yeah, I
of
think it
the
was.
other.
Santa Claus is coming to town. I think it was that one.
See, you gotta have some laughter, people. Come on.
You have to. You really, really have to.
You really
That's
have
Wow.
why
to. You really have to.
that's so funny.
Yes, you really have to. Well, listen, guys. Anybody else want to share, because we're
Woo.
out of time and we need to move on. Anybody else want to share?
Yeah, we got
Wow.
grandkids. We know that song.
And Rick, he's really helping you
That's
because
good.
when little whoever he or she is shows up pulling on your pants, granddad, come walk outside with me. I want to go run down the street. You're gonna be the one. You're
Oh
gonna be the one,
yeah. Oh
and you're
yeah.
gonna be so excited with
He gonna
yourself for
Oh
being
yeah.
prepared
Hey,
because they're coming.
oh
able
yeah,
to
I
do it.
am I'm an athlete. I'm a military man. I'm an athlete. I lose weight like
He
that.
gonna be.
Yeah.
So Rick,
Oh yeah,
so
he
you should
does.
keep up those morning exercises so you can keep up.
Oh yeah, no, hey, no, check this out. I'm going to win. I ran my kids down. No, I'm
He
an
gonna do the
athlete.
same thing with his grandkids.
I'll be
Do
an
the same thing
old
for little
athlete.
grandbabies.
I'll be an old athlete.
Oh
I
boy, that's good.
I
That's
still
good.
get out there.
Wow, that is so fun. So I want everybody. I look forward to this Saturday, the 17th, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Everybody plug in. Have your little writing utensil, something you're going to write on. And again, remember to have, if you're good at, and some of you are good at having 2 windows opened on your computer. I mean, 3 or 4, and you can go back and forth like that. So if you can do that, that's fine. Or you could have another device where you have it open to the Zoom call, and then you're actually on your laptop real time going to whatever social media platform you use. But it's going to be a lot of fun, just like we have on these calls. I know we're going to learn a lot, and it's going to help us move in the right direction by putting one foot in front of the other to make our Surge 365 business roar. It's going to soar. Yes.
So Sunday, the whole idea for Sunday, Vaughn's Huddle Call, 30 minutes, is to do a professional training series. A couple of weeks ago, we did on the Vortex. Tomorrow, I'm trying to find that person who can just talk about travel, and booking groups. And I'm thinking I'm going to call Cindy and Irving and just ask her. And Darlene, I haven't overlooked you, but I know that you may or may not want to do that. If you want to do that and talk about it, you're more than welcome. And but I'm looking for that person that can just talk generally, to the Surge folks about doing groups and booking groups. And that's the whole idea of the professional series, is really just to have people that are expert in particular areas that they can just talk, excuse me, and begin the discussion, and then have other people on that have their experiences as well, be able to chime in. That's the whole idea, is to get that kind of feedback going.
Rick, if you'd like some additional, I am going to be available. I'd love to be able to help in any way I can.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome, Ron. That would be awesome, for you to be able to even just talk and just to share some of the experiences.
Well, we got mission trips. I just got another call from an inactive agent who is reactivating, and now he said he's got 6 people to go on they want to go to like Colorado and Steamboat Springs, and they want to go to Rockies. They want to take a tour out there, a package for 6 people in April next spring. And he just asked me to start working and putting that together. That just happens. Well, guess what I'm going to use? Apple, Vax. I'll just call them, give them the details, let them put it together.
And so that's the idea. I'm sorry, go ahead, Brandon.
No, I was just getting ready to end the call, but
yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So everybody stay. Come on. Make sure you're Saturday. If you have any questions, we'll definitely put the information on our group page to kind of jog everybody's memory, so you can get on the call. And the training is going to be awesome. And Sunday too, Rick's getting ready to help Vaughn do this whole series. So at least for the next, 2-3 months, we should be able to pull this off on Sunday, and just to get the team growing, and helping everyone get the questions answered. So what I like to say, we are the most. Did somebody want to say something? Oh, I thought I heard an echo. We are the most trusted travel team in Surge 365. We hang around on the beaches and the mountains of the world. And I want everybody to go have a great rest of your day. And we look forward to talking to all of you guys on Saturday. Okay.
Super
Bye-bye
duper.
now.
Thank you.